Now I'd like to tie for you a Sulpher Outrigger. The hook I have in the vise is a standard dry fly hook. It is a size 14. The thread I'm going to use is a brown thread. Going to attach the thread at the eye and bring it back. This is a good fly to use when there is a sulfur hatch and the trout are being really selective and they're taking just right at the surface film. Remove that. First I'm going to put a shuck on, and this is a tan Zelon, and you don't want much. I took the Zelon bunch and I took 1/4 of the strand, and I want this tail to be, this shuck to be about the length of the hook shank, maybe just a little bit shorter. Didn't quite get out of the nymphal shuck all the way yet. We're going to tie that down and we're going to wrap it 2/3 of the way up the hook. And we're going to trim that off. Now I have a light elk hair in my hair stacker. Take out of my hair stacker, and I don't have a lot here, but you want a decent amount of tips. We're going to size that up, and you want that to be almost the length of the body, maybe 2/3 the length of the hook shank. I'm going to tie that right in place. I'm going to tie that down. I'm going to come back just a little bit. And now I'm looking at this and I have way too much left, so I'm going to cut half of that off. You need a decent amount to make the outriggers, and then trim off half of what's on the back, and that will also help you make a tapered body. You can see this back part is getting thinner. Bring that thread all the way back. Just be careful you don't lose your Zelon in the hairs. Now I'm going to use Sulphur Orange super fine dubbing. This is a little bit beyond yellow. Now we're going to double noodle. You can tie these to match any of your hatches. You can make olives, Cahills. You can use pheasant tail. You can make gray ones. And I'm going to wrap the body. And when I reach the tips, I'm going to divide them. And we want to divide them and put them off to the sides. There we go. Divide them evenly. I need some more on this side. And you can bend them to the sides. That will help you. Tighten up that dubbing there. I'm going to give it a figure 8. I divided them off to the sides and gave it a figure 8. I need a little bit more dubbing. Another fine noodle. There we go. And tidy up that head there a bit. Now we're going to take the elk hair that we left, we're going to fold it over and make a shell back. I'm going to lift them up, put some wraps in front of it, and now I'm going to trim this off. I'm going to leave just a small clump. Now I'm going to get my whip finisher. And pull that tight. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put the head cement underneath. And here we have a Sulpher Outrigger. This is a more of a floating nymph than a dry fly, but it's going to be on the surface. You'll be able to see it. Yeah, I hope that you learned something from my video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. And most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.